I am here to tell you that it is possible to love again after losing a pet that you think you will never, ever, ever be able to replace. Because the fact of the matter is you don't replace them, ever. But it's possible to love again even though that next pet may be completely different. So it's really important, whether you're a cat person or a dog person, to know the kind of animal that you feel comfortable with. I've spoken about that before, whether it's a Cocker Spaniel or a Himalayan cat or a large retriever or something along those lines. But each one of the animals within the same breed has very different personalities. So a long time ago, gosh, I think it was about 1993, I had lost my beloved dog George. He was my first Cocker Spaniel. He was a rescue off the street. And to keep him company, because my two older dogs had also passed away, I had adopted Stacy a couple months before. Well, George was my special dog, and Stacy, although I loved her in my mind, was kind of the backup dog, a good dog, but you know, she was never going to be George. And after George died, I spent a lot of time looking for a George replacement. I wanted to find a dog that looked like George, acted like George, that would remind me of George, so I could just plug that gap. Of course, that didn't happen. So then I decided I would make do with the fact that I had Stacy. She needed love, and I should start paying a little more attention to her. Not that she wasn't being taken well care of, but I wanted to just spoil her a little more. And I started taking her with me everywhere I went, and about 2 months later, I remember waking up one morning, and she was lying next to me, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this dog. I adore her. And I didn't even know when it happened. So when people in the classes that I volunteer for, the pet loss support groups, say, well, I can't replace Buff, or, you know, I'll just never be able to replace Sammy, or Sammy wouldn't want me to have another pet. I honor people's desire to take time, and everyone has their own process, but I really want to tell you, I loved again many times. Each time I lose an animal, I grieve hard, but the fact that I know there is hope, that I know that I can feel that I know I can bond with another animal is so comforting to me. And I also translated that over. I mean, I realized, you know, you can get a job that's different from the one you had and still like it. You can be in a relationship that was totally different from the one you thought was the be-all, end-all, and it can still be wonderful. So it was a lesson to me. Years ago in a Toastmaster group, I gave a speech about it. I called it Stacy's Knocking, because little Stacy was knocking at the door of my heart trying to tell me, look, I'm here, George is gone, but maybe you could love me. And I always think of Stacy's Knocking when I've lost something and I'm looking to what's next and wondering if I'll ever have those same feelings again. I'm here to tell you it's possible.